Rick Moranis, Steve Martin, New York City. Why do we do the things we're not supposed to do, but we don't do the things that we're supposed to do? Stick around next episode of EDAB. Let's record. Every day's a bonus. Are we ready? Well, What's up? Every day's a bonus, people. It's us, and it's you guys. We're all here together. I'm Brent, Logan, Kenn, just joining you for another workout, another drive, another trip to the dentist office, wherever you're, a train ride, if you will. Last episode, we did discuss a train ride, and ironic enough, in just a few short weeks, we're going to be taking a plane ride, but that's to New York City. But I have interesting thoughts about New York City. I'm going to jump into this.
What are your thoughts? Because you used to live there.
We did used to live there, and now we've enjoyed. Last year, we took the kids with us, but now that the kids are both off to college, it's just the two of us to go now, which it's like
just
having
the two of us.
I love that rap, but it's almost like everywhere we go is 50% off now. It's like we have a coupon because when we get plane tickets, only 2 instead of 4. Want to go to dinner? 2 people instead of 4. So it's like half off everywhere we go. It's like we're getting the senior discount. Not that I wasn't pointing at Kenn for any reason. I was just, I could be
pointing at me.
The bearded discount, right? I was just pointing at things that are in the room.
Yeah.
And saying I love life.
That's actually been kind of an insulting joy. People are like, hey, are you a senior?
You must be wise.
And I'm just like, what is a senior? And they're like 55 and above. And I'm like, yes,
I am.
And then they're
close
like,
to that.
yeah. And they're like, well, then you get 10% off. You get 20% off. I'm like,
keep going.
Bring it.
How old do you have to be to get 50% off? Or see, that would be my question. But I guess the answer for me is an empty nester of being used to paying for 4. But what I was going to say is we're about to head up there, and it's such an expensive city to be in New York City. But it's going to be Christmas time and, all the things. And
where are you staying?
We're going to stay. Okay, that's funny you said that. We usually stay in.
Funny. Can't say that. I just love being funny when I don't even mean to.
Well, Kenn, I didn't mean you were funny. I just meant it was funny you asked that.
He's such a funny comedian. He's a professional.
Come to his live show and watch him ask questions. That's funny. Now, listen, we normally stay in Midtown. That's where Rockefeller Center is, which is the Christmas tree, and that's where Times Square is and all that. But this time, just because we're going to stay in the financial district, which is where like Wall Street is and that whole area.
Because you're feeling rich with everything.
Do you see
50%
this?
off.
Make it rain. Make it rain $600 or $700. But it's going to be, it's expensive to stay in New York City, but it's an easy walk to like Chinatown and Soho and Chelsea and all those spaces that when we're in Midtown, we forget to go downtown. So we're going to start downtown, work our way uptown. Yeah. So anyway, none of this has anything to do with anything. We just got sidetracked. What I was saying was there was a time though, when we lived in New York City, and there was an actor named Rick Moranis. Do you guys remember Rick Moranis? So he's known for probably Ghostbusters, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yes.
You know some of those?
Yes.
Little guy glasses?
Yes.
So I'm near the Central Park South. There's a subway system, obviously, that goes through the city. And I'm getting on the subway to head back down to our apartment, which is at 36th Street and 7th Avenue. So it's like 30 streets down, give or take-ish.
How far is that?
30 streets?
I would say that would be like
miles.
1/4 of a mile.
Oh my
half
Lord.
a mile, something like that.
That's
it's
all?
not that long, but when you walk it all the time and there's stoplights and all that. Now, if you go from like Harlem to like South, it's probably, I don't even know, 4 or 5 miles.
Okay.
I don't know how many miles total, but anyway, it seems like it takes forever to go these, but imagine everywhere you go, you're always walking a mile at least, it seems like it's far. I could be off on that. But to me, it's only 1 inch right on my subway map. So I'm holding up just 1 inch with my fingers here. But I go down on the subway, about to jump on. It's like ghost town down there. And just like 50 feet from me is Rick Moranis, right?
No way.
And I was so excited. I'm like, it's Rick Moranis. I should totally go and talk to him. I should go and talk to him. But you know what I did not do? I did not go and talk to Rick Moranis. I did not.
Bummer.
I saw him and I'm sitting there thinking it's the whole thing that you guys have gone through this. When you see a celebrity or somebody that you look up to and you're like, I should go talk to them. But I bet everybody goes and talk to them and I shouldn't do that. I should take a picture. Well, I bet everybody does. I don't want to be the weird guy. And then all of a sudden you go beyond that and you're like, I should have. Why did I not? Who
Why did I
cares?
not? Yeah.
It would have taken 30 seconds to walk over and be like, Rick. Now, I'll be honest. At that time, I could not remember his name. And I thought, I can't walk up to him and be like, hey,
I shrunk the kids.
Hey, buckaroo, how are you? High five, little guy. I don't know what I should have said to him because he's kind of short. But then later I remember Rick Moranis, and I was like, who cares? I didn't need to know his name. I should have just walked over there. So many of them live in that area. So anyway,
that's so cool.
I still look back now, this many years ago, and I kind of regret. I know we live in a world, Kirsten and I do, of no regrets. I get that. But I kind of regret not just walking over and at least saying, what's up, and pulling out some type of device and taking a picture or something like that. But I didn't. So I'm curious. There's the story to lead off. Anything that you guys maybe regret, or something you should have done and you didn't, or you did do and you shouldn't have done? You know, is there something like that that we
Everybody
can
has
all?
a regret
There's always a
of some
story out there somewhere. So
Absolutely.
I don't know, Logan, do you have one, or Ken, do
Did
you
you
have
meet
one?
anybody that you wish you'd have met, but they were right there and you didn't?
No, I normally talk to him.
Oh man, that hurts.
Yeah.
I should have done that.
Yeah.
If we would have had the podcast, I could have given him a podcast card.
Who's the most recognizable person you've ever met?
Ooh, good question. Probably Jerome Bettis.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I
The
love
bus.
basketball.
Yeah.
What?
For those of you listening that are in Brent's category, he was a football player.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
I've watched football.
Super Bowl champion.
Did he have
you
his
do love
football
Pittsburgh
bat with
Steelers.
him?
Yeah.
Man, that's a good fun question. Who's the
Yeah.
most famous person, I guess you would say, that you've met or wanted to meet? Or have met?
I wanted to meet Steve Martin.
Okay.
He was like my hero comedically.
But he passed away.
Oh,
Did he?
Wait,
No.
he's still alive. It's like the Mandela effect. It's like,
I
wait,
didn't
what?
even
That
know
just
he
happened?
was sick. No, and I actually, you've done a lot of like real acting. I just did some commercials and a few bit parts and sideline and
Real is
background
Do
stuff.
relative.
a podcast.
But he was doing a movie in Atlanta, and somebody that'd seen a commercial, one of the casting people that saw me do a commercial said, hey, there's this little one-line part in this movie, and Steve Martin's in it. I'm like, oh.
Yes.
And I learned enough
Yes.
to go, okay, is he in the movie or is he going to be on set?
Yeah.
No, he's there on set for a couple of weeks. So I got to meet Steve Martin.
No way. That's cool. That's a good.
And he would never remember me, but I know he meets a lot of people.
You're so memorable. I think
He's got that show
unforgettable.
out, Only Murders in the Building.
Yes.
That's on right now. That
Yes.
Carson and I've watched the first couple seasons. We love it.
Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez,
Yeah.
and of course, Steve Martin and Martin
Martin Short, not Rick Moranis.
Steve Martin Short, not Rick Moranis. Couldn't remember his name.
I met Mike Allstott in a Buffalo Wild Wings in the Houston Hobby Airport.
No way.
January, freezing cold outside. Mike Allstott sitting there in
Yes.
shorts and a t-shirt. If you don't know him,
He's
massive.
former
Georgia
Tampa Bay
Bulldogs.
Buccaneer, absolute
Just
ripped fullback. His highlights are incredible. And just
I've seen what it
he's
looks like
a
to be
mountain
ripped.
of a human being. Anyways, he's sitting there with two huge beers at his table, a giant plate of wings, just downing them one bite
yeah.
at a time.
Oh, yeah.
I knew it was him, and I walked up to him and I was like, "Hey, man, are you Mike Allstott?" And he was like, "Yeah. What's up, bro?" He talked to me for 30 minutes.
No way.
Wanted to know all about my life, all about my
So
work.
that's cool.
He was so kind, just destroying wings, chatting away with me. We talked. I'm a huge
And nobody's
Buccaneers
at his
fan,
table. He's
so
just
we
by
talked
himself.
Buccaneers. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's
him.
cool.
Yeah, we
That's
were
cool.
both traveling.
It was
Man.
awesome. Oh, I got a story similar to that. I was right there with Jim Carrey, and I didn't talk to him.
Gosh, you're consistent.
I've got a really problem with not talking to people that are recognizable. Will Ferrell, same thing. He's right there. We were on the set of Zoolander, and it was like, hey, let's
You were
go
in
ahead.
Zoolander?
Zoolander, yes. I was one of the fashion designer guys in Zoolander.
I can see that.
I'm going to be honest. I've never gone back and watched it to see. Maybe it's on the
I'm
cutting room
watching
floor.
it tonight.
Here's the thing.
I am watching it tonight.
But
I'll
so
pause it when I
There's
see you.
Brent in the top corner, part of his eye.
So there's my you see my little earlobe, but there's like so who else is like all the guys were there though.
Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller was
Yeah.
there, but it was one of those situations. And you're like you're
Owen
such a
Wilson, I
small
think's in
little
that one.
thing, and I'm like
Right.
I don't know if I'm going to go.
I don't know, yeah.
That's just like I don't know. I
On
don't know.
set, there's almost an etiquette thing.
There isn't. That's the thing. On set, there's an etiquette you can't. In the streets, you can do whatever you want.
Right.
But I
I mean,
still
they're
feel
there.
that same feeling of like I should, but I just don't. And I don't
can't
know why.
believe you were in
I don't know why
Zoolander.
that's
I love that
ingrained into
movie.
there. So that's good.
I wonder if all those people have. I mean, they're humans, so they have regrets.
They're humans.
Yes.
And we're not going to go into regrets, but
Oh.
I do want to talk about doing those, there's a really cool verse you brought up when we were talking about it. Paul's right, and he's like, hey, those things I want to do, I don't do those.
Romans
those things
7.
I shouldn't do, that's what I'm doing.
That's what you do.
And it's just kind of that human nature.
Yep.
But I was talking to my son, and this is where I wanted to go. Today was just, he's a commercial pilot, and he's kind of does what he wants to do. And he's like, it's taking me long to get hours, so I'm going to be a firefighter in the meantime. So he is actually in fire school, and to hear the physical demands that they go through every day is stunning. Well, one of the effects of being ultra physical every day is you burn a ton of calories. He is ripped. I mean, ripped. I'm like, every time I see him, like, dude, I hurt my hand just patting you on the back.
And that's just by probably carrying fire hoses up the stairs, down the stairs, doing all the things that you just,
And just carrying
all the equipment
people out of buildings. And
that's so cool. That's like not an unsung hero. I think we appreciate those heroes, but golly, the
I didn't know
physical
how much they went
stuff
through.
they go through. Yeah.
and what they have to do to get to go do that.
And isn't the stuff they put on like 90, 100 pounds of stuff they're just wearing
That's
around?
Comforting how much training they go through.
Yes, it
true.
is.
That's very comforting
For those that need their help.
What they go through. Well, he was telling me like one day, he said, yeah, we had to do like 50 burpees and we had to do this. Well, I hate burpees. That's where you lay down, push up, jump up, jump up. And the next day I said, how'd it go? He goes, today we had to do 50 burpees in full gear, 70-pound pack on your back.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's a lot.
I would die after 4.
Oh, yeah.
But after all of that, we're talking the other day, and I'm like, dude, in the best shape you've been in forever. You're in such great. He goes, yeah, but I got to tell you, I wish I ate better. I wish I ate better now. I'm just getting calories in to get calories in. It doesn't matter what I eat. And I know
he's burning them off quickly, right? Because of the stuff they're doing.
But he's like, I think I'm going to get in like 6 months from now, and I'm going to be ripped, and I'm going to be like, why didn't I eat better?
Oh, I'm sure.
Because I'd be in even better shape.
Yeah.
So why don't we go to that level? What stops us from going to that level?
It's like everybody knows what you should do.
Yes.
So let's just say the eating thing.
Yeah.
We know we're supposed to eat and what we're not supposed to eat. We know that probably
But
cheese
I love
puffs
Oreos.
and cheese puffs at midnight. You're not supposed to eat cheese puffs at midnight.
Yeah.
Apparently. I don't know why.
I don't know where that's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be asleep at midnight.
Right? Oh, well,
That's
right.
another thing.
Yeah.
I know I should go to bed earlier because I got to get up.
Yeah.
Well, what's
But
the
I
magical number? 6 to 8 hours of sleep? We're supposed to be getting at least 6 to 8 hours. That's
say-
at least. If we're supposed to be getting more than that,
Well, they say that you need to be at minimum 7.
who are they?
The,
who are they?
the doctors who study it.
The doctors who
And I've
study
actually
it.
heard
always
some
talk
experts
about
on
them.
it. Well,
You know what they say.
well, these
What are
guys
they?
had
Who-
some
who are
credentials
them
in the
they?
sleep. And
Did you say they've got some credentials? These guys, they sleep.
They study it.
Do you know why they're experts? They sleep.
These guys have some credentials in their sleep.
Yeah. I thought you said they have credentials.
I am
they
brilliant
sleep.
in my dreams.
They
I
sleep.
probably did.
Why are you certified
They
in
have
this?
some
I sleep all the
credentials
time.
in sleep.
In sleep.
Well, there's-
Okay.
We got that.
I said it wrong.
We're
Thank you
all
for
super
pointing me out.
confused.
Right.
Maybe you didn't. I just heard they've got credentials. They sleep. Like they're professionals at what they do. They sleep. But I sleep.
But
I
how
don't know
about,
to
I
sleep.
mean, I hear kids all the time going, hey, I'd love to be a gamer and get paid. I'd love to sleep and get paid.
Yeah. Ooh.
I want to be a mattress
Sleeping would be
tester.
I want
nice.
to do one of those sleep studies. That'd be amazing.
Do you know, speaking of firemen, because we were speaking of them,
A minute ago.
or firewomen, but I had a friend,
We're so glad.
and his name is Jody. He cut his head really bad on something. And at the time he didn't have insurance. Jody, I'm sorry if I'm telling your story and you want to come on the podcast and tell it, but he didn't have insurance. So he's like, I can't go to the emergency room. It's going to be $1 billion. Right. So he pulls up to the local fire station. They had no problems with it. They bandaged him up, did all the things, glue the tape down and put all the things, and he went on home. No. And I'm like, that's incredible. I bet these guys are starving for if there's not a call for a while, they're like, we are so skilled in everything, which somebody come to us. And when he came with a gashing wound of blood squirting out, they're like, bring it on. I mean, they're not only physical in what they do, they got to know how to do all the medical stuff, like the
Absolutely. They
first
have-
responder medical stuff.
They
too,
have
that-
like 7 to 10 weeks of EMS training.
Hey, maybe that's a thought though. I mean, next time before you go to the doctor, just swing into your local fire station and be like,
Well, if
I
they're
have a
there.
fever. Can you give me antibiotics? What do you got? I'm having a baby. They could do that, right?
Yeah.
Strep throat. Hand, foot, and mouth disease. Kids get that. Go to the local fire station.
That
See
went
what
through
they
our
got.
house.
They'll chop it
The
off.
old
with
hand, foot, and
an
mouth.
axe. Did they? Ooh, that's a yucky
They didn't
thing,
chop
right?
their feet off, but
Yeah. But hands, feet, and your mouth were all. Did you have it in
The
there?
girls got it. Mallory got it.
Oof.
I did not.
That's crazy. Okay, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
There are things
We have a point.
the Bible that tells us we don't do what we're supposed to do.
We
but-
know that.
Yeah.
So I got to thinking, why don't we?
Yeah.
Why don't we do that? And even better, because I don't like to focus on the negative. I look at times where I was at that point. My two sons, 10 months, 27 days apart. I put on sympathy weight with both of them. Heather lost hers. I mean, within 2 weeks of pregnancy, she's in her jeans again and looks great. And I did not. And I got to the point where my pants were so tight and they
She
were
had just birthed the baby.
right. So you got rid of a little bit.
You had.
I didn't get to birth the baby.
No, you watched.
And
Great
I
job.
hit my highest weight ever. I stepped on a scale and it was 238. And I'm like,
How tall are you?
I'm 5'11".
I'm 5'11". 5'11", buddies.
Nice. He's
Logan.
6'7".
I get it.
I had to work it in.
Good
but
job.
I
He went from
literally,
8 episodes not knowing anything about it to now using it
Now
on
he uses
regular
it.
conversations.
Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah.
Good. I like it.
but I just thought, I got to do something. And I think when we get to that point, we're like, I don't do this. We think of all I've got to do to get there. And
Right.
one of the biggest points I've ever learned is do something now.
Yep.
So if I wish I'd eat better. You know what? Just this meal, I'm going to eat better.
Baby steps.
For me, it was like, I got to do something. And for me, it was immediately, I'm going to stop eating ice cream in bed at 10:30.
Oh man.
I'm just going to stop it. And that helped.
Is that for all of us or just Ken right now?
Just me.
Okay. Good.
Definitely
We're all
just
on our
me.
own
You're
journey.
in
I'm
way
gonna
better
stop it
shape than I
later.
was.
Yeah.
And then the other one was, what can I do? And it kind of snowballed because I'm like, I'm going to do the first feeding in the morning when the babies get up. So I did that. And then I thought, I'm not going back to bed. I'm going to the gym. It's
impressive you could
And
do
I'm
that.
going to do something. Well, I love basketball. So I just shot full court until I made 100 shots, 50 on each end, and just ran back and
That's
forth.
good.
And then
I'm
I
still
met a
going back
couple
on
guys.
you doing the first feeding of the day. I'm impressed.
It hurt.
Not a lot.
I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie.
That's what we were going for. I was like, man, you can't, if you're not watching the show, sometimes there's little glances that Logan and I might have a chance to get.
I could
When
feel
Ken's in the
them.
middle.
I'm in the middle, and I'm like,
If you're listening, you don't see them or feel them.
do I go
but-
that direction? Do I
And you
not?
did. We're sorry we brought you back down to the feeding direction.
Yeah.
Men can't feed
Well,
children.
I've
the
got
way
a buddy who talks.
I get it. I
Talks
get it.
about he's trying to help his wife out. He's watching the ball game. He was not wearing a shirt, and he held the baby, and he said, "That's the most excruciating pain I've ever felt in my life." He said that baby latched on, and he's like,
so bad. Uncle. A baby latched on.
"There's some things you can't help with.
Yeah, that's
you
right,
shouldn't
sir.
help with."
All right, you're playing basketball.
But I'm playing basketball, and
All
here's
new dads, just keep your shirt on.
keep your shirt on when you're feeding.
wear a sweatshirt
when you're
in case.
nursing, keep your shirt on.
But I would bottle feed them in the morning, go to the gym. But first, do something in that direction.
Yeah, yeah.
But the second lesson that I kind of learned was when you do something, there's usually other people that are kind of on that same path.
That's right.
And I found that, man, I see this guy and I saw what days. I'm like, I don't even feel like it. Yeah. But Jimmy's going to be there. And Jimmy and I played one-on-one. It was a lot more fun. It wasn't as trash. I got to go today because Jimmy's. And just that.
Accountability.
Well, accountability. Right? And it's just others doing it as well. It just makes me want to stay on the boat. Okay. So I don't know if you guys have overcome something you know you should have done, but you weren't, or stop doing something.
I've got an interesting theory on like the accountability piece because
Okay.
we used to work out at a place called Orange Theory, hence my theory on it. And it was probably one of the most expensive places we had ever worked out before.
Okay.
But if you didn't go there, so you had to get on the app, tell them what time you'd be there and the exercise routine, right? And if you were not there and you missed it, they charged you $5. just a thing, but you're already spending a pretty good amount of money. And so all of a sudden the day before you sign up for your classes, right? And I'm like, but I don't know if I want to go today. And it's like, I cannot have these people that are already getting my money take more of my money. I cannot do it. Yeah. And so Kirsten and I were going at the same time. And that was almost the accountability, and like there was skin in the game. Right now, we're at a gym where you don't have to go and nobody pesters you if you don't go. So it is a much more difficult to be like, I'm going to go at 9:00 today or tonight or whatever it is, because nobody's waiting on me. So there is this piece of, if you're going with your spouse or a buddy, there is that accountability piece that is in there that holds you to it.
There's also some fun parts. I know people mock pickleball, but I'm telling you, there's communities out there. Mm-hmm. I mean, I went to this one place just because I saw, it's a park and there's some people playing, I'll play. And I got to know a few of them. And then I show up and they're like, oh, Kenn's here again. I'm like, yeah, I am.
Hello.
It's kind of the Cheers sitcom thing of everybody knows your name.
It's like Cheers. Yeah, Cheers. In Texas, there's a place called Chicken and Pickle or something like that. And it's a chain place. Okay. And you go there and you eat chicken fingers and you play pickleball. And I'm like, that's a pretty good little community of people that love pickleball. So
but now you had mentioned something about the corporate world, and you mentioned I ought to, but I shouldn't, that rang so true.
More so I ought to, and I'm reluctant to do it, even though I should do it. And I'm in this right now. I'm going to go from confessing this to my small group a couple weeks ago to just sharing it with the internet. So this is a confession right now.
Or internet enabled device.
Or yes. Yeah.
However they're watching or listening.
However they're watching or listening, or
it could be data.
Those are the only options.
Consuming.
Anyways, I have reluctance with selling.
So you're a speaker. Now,
I'm a speaker.
Selling yourself.
Like calling people.
And that's part of it. Selling myself to speak at this conference or to this company or bring this training to this group or whatever it is. And, sometimes I'll have a stack of leads. These are warm leads.
People who said, hey, we might be interested.
We're interested.
I would like to explore this. Call us. And I don't want to. And here's what I'll do. Here's the mindset I'll fall into. I'll go, a couple months down the road on the calendar, it's not looking good. I need some more events. I know God will come through. He always comes through. I trust God. And so I will
spiritualize.
I will cloak this is the confession.
Okay.
I am tending to cloak laziness and spirituality.
Ah, interesting.
Nobody I know has ever done that.
And God does come through. He drops events in my laps all the time. And at the same time, I know I need to work hard. And part of working hard is picking up the phone and making the phone call that I don't want to make sometimes. And I think of Joshua. What did God tell Joshua? I've given you all this land. Everywhere you place your feet
is yours.
It's yours. But you got to walk. You got to move.
Go over there.
And so I look at that in my life going, okay, there's potential opportunities. There's doors waiting to be open to me to provide for my family and my business that if I just pick up the call, that could happen. I'm also going to get rejected sometimes, but God's going to take care of the results. I need to put in the right amount of effort.
There's a Mark Batterson quote.
Okay. I can't wait to hear the quote.
And he's the author of Circle Maker and a number of other books, but something that constantly comes up to my brain and always is there. He says, pray, work like it depends on you, and pray like it depends on God.
Yes.
So God's like, yes, of course, I'm going to bless you. I want to shower you. I want to talk to you every day, but you got to go ahead and put some effort in, right?
Work.
And we're going to go ahead and work, knowing that this depends on us, even though we know it depends on God. But it's like, it's both in tandem instead of just, you kind of nailed it, the whole kind of lazy, but I'm depending on you, God. But I want you to go ahead and go out and
work out. It's like, ooh.
What were you going to say, Ken?
I was going to say the verse that hit me between the eyes when I was in sales.
Yeah.
And especially when I got into speaking and performing was he who sows sparingly. In other words, plants very few seeds, reaps sparingly. He who sows bountifully, plants a lot of seeds, gets a lot of crop.
Yeah.
Crops, not, okay, I didn't slur that. But what I struggled with do I want to call people and say, hey, I'm really good at this. You should bring me in. And what God really got me to, and I prayed through it, and I'm like, Lord, I just feel awkward. And I began to realize, what he just laid on my heart was, well, stop selling you. And I'm like, okay, good. And he's like, what have I gifted you to do? What have I developed in you? And what have I done through you? So here's what you do. Stop selling it. Make yourself available with the gifts and the availability that I've given you. You don't have to sell it.
Yeah.
Especially on a warm lead, somebody going, hey, we might be interested in this. Hey, how can I help
serve you?
and serve you?
And that's a good point. Sales has sometimes that's a tough. It's like, I remember graduating college and your first job is like sales. You do sales and it's cold calling. And for every 60 cold calls, you finally make one sale, maybe, you know?
Right.
So I think it's kind of ingrained into you that I'm the telemarketer, I'm the seller, I'm the go-seer.
Nobody wants
what I have. And I remember going to those sales things and it's like, but what you have, they can't not have, you know, but when it's yourself, I actually like that a lot. I mean, you think about that in sharing the gospel with somebody, sharing Jesus. It's like, I'm just doing what Jesus has called me to do. He just wants me to tell you about the greatest decision you could ever make that will affect eternity, right? And the whole fact is, and that's not a sales, that's just reality. So I really like what you're saying, Ken. It's like, it's not a cold call sales. It's like, hey, God's gifted me with the ability to do this. Is this something that can help you guys out? And watch to see what happens instead of feeling like it's salesy. But I get it. It's hard. So you're supposed to do it and it's hard not to. And it goes back to what you were saying, Ken. It's like, we just don't do what we know we're supposed to do.
And it's like, wow, when I put the effort in,
it works. It works.
And then I get comfortable and I don't put the effort in and I go, it's the ebb and flow. And it's just like,
that works too.
I know what I'm supposed to do. Yet I have a tendency to at times not do it.
Well, I've gotten more and more of those that we can talk about later. But my takeaway is just I love to be around people who are doing the same or moving in the same direction, and that, I don't know, it gives me some inertia.
I like that.
What's your takeaway?
Takeaway, man. I remember my wife would always tell me, like in a food situation, you talked about eating earlier on, and she always says, isn't it interesting that like 6 hours later, we don't look back and be like, man, wish I really would have had that chocolate cake. Man, I should have had that really fattening dressing. You're doing it in the moment, but later it really doesn't matter. So maybe the takeaway in all this is we know what we should do. Move a little closer to what we know we should do. One little step, one little degree. So that's my takeaway in that. And
my
Logan?
takeaway is God has gifted me as an amazing communicator. And if your next professional development event or a conference
right now,
you need a speaker that you're going to have a great time laughing and learning with, bringing a ton of energy to your event, please reach out to me. LoganWeber.com.
Look, you've done it all. Now you don't have to do any of the calls. Boom. Look what you did. You've done. Hey,
just take that clip, send it to everybody.
Send it to everyone.
It's awesome. Hey, we have had such a fun time hanging out with you guys and learning a lot. I'll be honest, today was just like, I enjoyed it. It was just like a conversation. It's just kind of refreshing. It's like, where can we plug in what we've heard to something we can do today? Make one little
it's so
change.
Good for the soul.
Confession's good for the soul.
Heard it back here.
It's in here, it's in the ear, and it's there. But hey, we love you guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week. So log in, share it with somebody, share it with a friend, and we'll see you next time, because we're never promised tomorrow. And today, every day is
a bonus.
We'll see you guys next time.
It's a bonus today.
Peace out.
Today's a bonus.
It's a bonus just to sit next to
Do
each one of you.
together.
Except close the show.
That was last week. Really messed up that one again.